Are cryptocurrencies going to be banned once again in India or regulated to an extent where it will be very difficult to trade in them? That's the fear gripping the ecosystem of cryptocurrencies in the country over the last couple of days. Now, this is how it all started. Before every parliament session, a list is put out of all the bills that will be tabled in that session with descriptions of what those bills are about. One of the bills in that list was of the cryptocurrency bill, and the description talked about bringing in a bill to prohibit the use of private cryptocurrencies with some exceptions. Now, this has set the cat among the pigeons. Those who are from the cryptocurrency ecosystem, including cryptocurrency exchanges, say it's a simple copy-paste error. This was the same kind of description put out in 2019 when the cryptocurrency draft bill was supposed to be tabled, but it never happened, and they are pretty sure that there's going to be no ban. But on the other hand, multiple government sources are talking about a tough stance on cryptocurrencies in India. Now, just to give you an idea of how big it has grown, at last count, there are about $6 billion in assets invested by Indians, and about 1.5 crore Indians have actually opened cryptocurrency accounts with various exchanges. Exchanges have also been blooming like mushrooms, and many of them have got huge amounts of funding. In fact, there are some which are already or on their way to becoming unicorns. Now, in the middle of all of this, we've seen a slew of ads asking people to come in and invest in cryptocurrencies for as little as 100 rupees a day. This sparked off alarm bells with various lawmakers talking about how dangerous this could be. In fact, Prime Minister Modi at the Sydney Dialogues talked about how sovereign nations need to come together to regulate cryptocurrencies, and we should ensure this does not harm the youth. Now, what do you mean by regulate? What is a private cryptocurrencies, and what will be the exceptions if private cryptocurrencies are prohibited? These are all the questions that are swirling in everyone's mind, and there are a lot of reports with contradictory claims of what could come out. So, here are a few facts. We will know what the content of the bill is only when it is actually set on the table of the parliament. That will happen in the winter session from the 29th of this month. Can cryptocurrency trade be banned outright? Possibly it can be. It was done before. The only way to do that is really to plug the loophole from the banks. That is, you can buy or sell, but you cannot do it via a bank account. This had happened before. The government, the RBI actually came out and banned it in 2017. The Cryptocurrency Association went to the Supreme Court and it was overturned. So, it's fairly unlikely that they will go down the same route again. What is very clear though, that the government is not interested in allowing crypto assets to be used as a currency. That means if you have X number of any crypto, Bitcoin, Ethereum or whatever, you cannot use it to buy and sell goods. They don't want any other currency to exist except that which has been backed by the Reserve Bank of India and a sovereign nation like India. So, that is completely out of the question. Now, the question is, will you allow people to invest, to trade, to buy and to sell? And once they sell, will you allow them to encash the value of that cryptocurrency into their Indian bank accounts in Indian rupees? Now, this is where the tricky area really lies. To what extent will the regulation be? When they say we want to prohibit private cryptocurrencies, how will you define a private cryptocurrency? If you give exceptions, what are those exceptions? To make it even more murkier, now there's Newswire reports which suggest one of the options being mulled is actually to have a threshold of investment. That means you can invest in crypto only if you put in a minimum amount of money. This is perhaps to protect the youth, as was being said, so that people who don't understand it, who aren't very literate about cryptocurrency or educated about what it is, don't end up just putting whatever spare money they have in a hope that it will go up multiple times like crypto values have been. They want to protect investors from the volatility essentially. Now, will they come up with that kind of an option is the big question. What is also clear is that the government wants to prepare a roadmap and a law to back the creation of a central bank digital currency, or a CBDC, which will be a digital currency issued by the Reserve Bank of India and regulated by the Reserve Bank of India. Now, that is all fine and good. Many countries around the world want to do it. But what about the popular global cryptocurrencies, which everyone is so excited about, which can rise and drop up to 50-60% in a single day or in a few hours, and the wave that many people around the world are riding? Will India partake in that wave, or will they step back? Will there be a middle path? Will it be an extreme to one end? The fact is, we don't know the answers to all of these questions. What we do know is that post this winter session in Parliament, we are definitely going to see a new shape and form of investing in crypto assets in the country. Business as usual will definitely cease. Will it lead to much tighter regulations and fewer amount of cryptos that can be invested in? Possibly. Will it be an outright ban? Unlikely.